Hello, our topic today is about lip tie and tongue tie. And this is because I got a recent question from a mommy who was concerned if the lip tie causes speech defects or speech delays. About tongue tie, I actually already answered this question last March when I was still doing Ask Teacher Kaye, which I've stopped doing now because I do my monthly libreng consulta. But in any case, I think this will be easier for parents to find. So tara, usap tayo. Let's get talking. Hi! If you're new here, I'm Teacher Kaye and I'm a certified speech-language pathologist. Hello, Teacher Kaye. Pag po ba may tongue tie ang bata, nakakaapekto din ba ito sa pagsasalita? Thanks po. So to start answering that question, ano muna yung tongue tie? Ang medical term po namin dito ay Ankyloglossia. Ang ibig sabihin po nito na ang frenulum po natin, ituturo ko po sa inyo ng frenulum, sana walang mandiri sa loob ng aking bibig. Nakikita po ito sa ilalim ng iyong dila. So when you lift your tongue, you see that tissue under your tongue connecting it to the floor of your mouth. Yun po ang inyong frenulum. Now, kapag sinabing tongue-tied ka or meron kang ankyloglossia, ang ibig sabihin po nito ay pinanganak kang maikli yung frenulum mo, parang tinatali niya yung dila mo doon sa base ng bibig mo. Kaya hindi masyadong makagalaw yung dila mo where it should be able to go for both feeding and for speaking. So, ang tanong mo, nakakaapekto po ba sa speech? Yes. Okay, so but there's a difference. Hindi po niya mapipigilan ang pag-learn ng language kung paano magsalita. Pero yung pagka-tongue-tied po, kung hindi po siya nag-resolve on its own by 2 to 3 years old, magkakaroon po ng kahirapan bumigkas ng ibang sounds yung bata. So, baka alam niya yung salita na gusto niyang sabihin, pero kapag sinabi niya, hindi po ito magiging klaro. Ang maaapektuhan po nito ay ating mga lingual sounds, yung mga sounds na gumagamit ng dila. So, usually mga linguadentals like D and T, or yung S or yung Z, kasi somewhat aakyat ng konti yung position ng tongue natin when we make these sounds. Also, the L and the R, where yung tongue natin ay kailangan pumunta sa likod, pero kung nakatali siya, di siya makakagalaw. This is a condition that you are born with. It is congenital. So kung pinanganak ka ng ganito, sometimes as early as babies sila, infants, malalaman nyo kung medyo may problema kapag nahihirapan sa pag-latch. Some of the things na mapapansin ng ibang mga parents ay parang ang tagal-tagal naman niyang mag-feed. Kasi ngayon pala, hindi siya nakakakuha ng enough suction with the tongue kasi hindi niya magalaw ng maayos. Kaya nahihirapan siyang kumuha ng milk and natatagalan siya bago siya mabusog. Sometimes they even complain about a clicking sound during breastfeeding, and that's because of improper suckling, because the tongue cannot move very well. So, ano po ang intervention for ankyloglossia or tongue-tied? So, ang una nyo pong kailangan gawin is pumunta po kayo sa doktor, magpatingin kung nanonotice nyo po na merong kahirapan sa pag-breastfeed pa lang. So, that's very important because your children's nutrition is super important for good development of the brain and the body. For speech or sa pagsasalita, magpa-assess po sa speech-language pathologist tulad ko. Pero ang mas mainam pong gawin is someone that can see your child face-to-face kasi kailangan pong i-assess yung anatomy. So, kailangan pong makita namin yung movement na nagagawa o hindi nagagawa nung dila ng bata. Para makita namin if magkaka-impact ba talaga ito sa kanilang speech or baka negligible naman. Pero kung sa tingin nyo, malala, like masyado talagang maikli yung frenulum or masyadong makapal, again, pumunta sa doktor, magpa-advise kung kailangan itong gupitin. There is a procedure called a frenectomy or a frenulectomy where ginugupit po yung frenulum para medyo ma-free ng konti yung movement ng tongue. This is a very short procedure. I hear that it can go for 30 minutes. Sometimes there are even laser options, I think, for younger children. But please consult your doctor. They will know more of the details. When you've done that and you feel like, okay, meron nang naging bad habits yung anak ko because nag-compensate siya for the movement of the tongue, then you can go to a speech therapist for some quick articulation intervention. Articulation is yung pagbigkas nila. Okay, having said that about tongue tie, let's talk about lip tie naman, which is something that I've personally not experienced firsthand. Wala pa po akong naging kliyente na merong lip tie or yung lip tie ay naging cause ng kanyang speech defect or speech delay. Talking about the similar tissue, the frenulum that we find under the tongue for a tongue tie, ito naman we find it attaching the lip to the top of the mouth so that this causes some mobility issues with the top of the lip. Hindi nila ito masyadong magalaw. From what I researched and read, this does not usually cause any speech problems. Maybe some distortions in some of the fricatives like the S, the Z, the F, and the V because of the way that parang kailangan medyo naka-lift yung lips when you say them. Pero ang mas nakikitang problem ng mga people with lip tie or babies with lip tie ay yung feeding during infancy and when they're still breastfeeding or drinking from a bottle. Because yung suckling motion ng babies when they drink from a nipple of a bottle or a mother, kailangan po nito ng suction, a very good seal between the nipple and the mouth of the baby. Parang walang hangin. Babies who have trouble forming that suction because hindi makalift yung lip nila and cannot therefore make a very good vacuum seal of air, hindi sila nakakakuha ng enough milk. So same thing that I mentioned with a tongue tie, there are problems with latching. So some of the signs that we see, nagkakakolik yung baby, they become very gassy. It may also cause some spluttering or choking or yung nabibilaukan yung baby dun sa pagpasok ng milk sa kanilang bibig. So other signs that I also mentioned for tongue tie, for mothers, make sure to observe if matagal bang mag-feed yung bata or parang laging kailangan paulit ng ulit ng feed. Like, kaka-feed lang, mag-feed na ulit. Yung lip tie also has several levels of severity kung saan sila naka-attach. From what I read, there's 4 different types of attachments. So the first one, of course, is the normal attachment where, meron siyang konting attachment but we are free to move our lips to pucker and do things like that. Pero yung iba, parang nakakabit na up until here, the top of the gum. For the other more severe ones, we see that the tissue grows in between the 2 front teeth and attaches at the back. So kapag unresolved itong lip tie na ganito kalala, ay sometimes it causes gap teeth sa kanilang paglaki. So ang sagot, kung kailangan itong ipagupit or kailangan ng isang medical procedure, please consult your doctor. And then depending on what the doctor thinks will be best for your baby, dun natin sila dadalhin sa isang speech therapist if we notice na kailangang turuan ng panibagong techniques or compensatory techniques whether or not ginupit or hindi ginupit yung lip tie. I hope this helps you observe your child more, whether or not the lip or tongue ties are affecting your child's articulation or yung pagbibigkas, and whether or not you should see a doctor kung kailangan ng medical procedure nito. And I'll end with that today. So ingat po tayo, keep taking your vitamins and exercise, and hanggang sa muli, mabuhay!